The Kracken Empire's flagship Eternal Dawn emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system, its crystalline hull reflecting the distant sun's light. Supreme Commander Vexor stood on the bridge, his 6 eyes fixed on the blue planet displayed on the main viewport. 3 centuries of uncontested expansion had made the Krackens confident, perhaps too confident. "Another primitive world," Vexor declared, his metallic voice echoing across the bridge. "Our scans show they've barely reached their moon. No quantum drives, no plasma weapons, not even basic shield technology." He turned to his strategic advisor, Zilara, who had spent the last Earth year studying the planet's transmissions and defense capabilities. Zilara's holographic form flickered as she projected the latest intelligence data. "The humans are fractured, Supreme Commander. Multiple nations, competing militaries, internal conflicts. They'll be unable to mount a coordinated defense." She paused, analyzing a stream of data. "However, there is something unusual about their development pattern." Vexor dismissed her concern with a wave of his upper appendage. The Kracken Empire had conquered 37 civilizations at similar technological levels. Earth would be 38. Their standard protocol was simple: a show of overwhelming force, followed by immediate capitulation. No species had ever lasted more than a day against their military might. Meanwhile, in an underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Sarah Chen studied the massive energy signature that had just appeared at the edge of the solar system. As Earth's leading genophysicist, she had spent her career preparing for this moment. The facility around her, known only as Project Watchkeeper, was humanity's best-kept secret. "They're here earlier than we expected," she said to General Marcus Hayes, who stood beside her, watching the same data streams. The general's weathered face remained impassive, but his eyes reflected the weight of what was coming. "How much of the Artemis Protocol is ready?" he asked, referring to Earth's classified defensive initiative. Sarah pulled up a holographic display showing a global network of seemingly innocent satellites, power plants, and weather stations. To the untrained eye, they appeared to be standard infrastructure. In reality, they were the components of the most sophisticated defensive system ever created by human hands. "We're at 89% deployment," she replied. "The Asian-Pacific grid came online last week. We're just waiting for final calibration of the European array." The general nodded. Humanity had known this day would come. 20 years ago, when they detected the first signs of the Kracken Empire's expansion, Earth's governments had secretly united under a single directive: prepare for invasion. While maintaining a facade of division and technological backwardness, they had poured resources into revolutionary defensive technologies. Back on the Eternal Dawn, Vexor prepared for their standard first contact protocol. The Krackens believed in efficiency, no warnings, no demands for surrender. Their initial strike would target Earth's largest military installations, demonstrating their overwhelming superiority. "Launch the first wave," he commanded. "Target their primitive defense centers. Show them the futility of resistance." As the Kracken weapons platforms moved into position, Zilara noticed something odd in her readings. The humans' electromagnetic emissions had changed subtly, following a pattern she'd never seen before. Before she could analyze it further, Vexor gave the order to fire. The first Kracken plasma bolts descended toward Earth's atmosphere. Supreme Commander Vexor expected to see explosions, panic, and chaos. Instead, something unprecedented happened. The plasma bolts simply vanished. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Dr. Chen allowed herself a small smile. "Phase 1 complete," she announced. "The quantum diffusion field is performing exactly as designed." General Hayes picked up a secure communication device. "All commands, initiate Operation Daybreak." This is not a drill. The trap was set. Humanity's moment of revelation was about to begin, and the Kracken Empire was about to learn why underestimating Earth was the biggest mistake they'd ever made. Supreme Commander Vexor's mandibles clicked in frustration as he watched another barrage of plasma weapons dissolve harmlessly in Earth's atmosphere. 6 hours had passed since their initial attack, and the mighty Kracken Empire had yet to inflict a single casualty on the primitive human race. "Impossible," he hissed, all six eyes focused on the tactical display. "No pre-quantum civilization should have this capability." Zilara explained this. His strategic advisor's holographic form flickered as she processed vast amounts of incoming data. "Commander, I'm detecting a complex energy matrix surrounding the planet. It's unlike anything in our database. The humans appear to have developed technology along a completely different path than any species we've encountered. On Earth, Dr. Sarah Chen and her team worked tirelessly in the Global Defense Network's main control center. Holographic displays showed the status of the quantum diffusion field, humanity's revolutionary defense system that converted incoming energy weapons into harmless radiation. They're adapting," she noted, watching the Kracken ships adjust their weapon frequencies. "Just as we predicted. General Hayes, it's time for Phase 2. The general nodded grimly. "All commands, initiate solar protocol." Across Earth's surface, thousands of seemingly innocent weather monitoring stations simultaneously activated their secondary systems. What appeared to be simple meteorological equipment transformed into a network of quantum-entangled energy projectors. In orbit, the Kracken fleet detected the energy surge too late. Beams of golden light erupted from Earth's surface, connecting in a complex geometric pattern. The humans had turned their entire planet into a weapon. "Evasive action," Vexor commanded, but the order came too late. The energy web ensnared several Kracken ships, their crystalline hulls crackling with strange energy. Their advanced shields, designed to repel conventional attacks, proved useless against Earth's unconventional technology. Captain Maya Rodriguez, commanding Earth's first space-based defense platform disguised as a communications satellite, watched the Kracken ships struggle against the energy web. "They still think we're primitive," she commented to her crew. "They haven't realized that we've been preparing for this moment for 2 decades. The Kracken Empire's greatest advantage had always been their technological superiority, but they had never encountered a species that had developed their technology in secret, deliberately maintaining a facade of primitiveness while advancing along an entirely different technological path." In the Rocky Mountain facility, Dr. Chen monitored the effectiveness of their defensive systems. "The quantum web is holding, but they're already trying to analyze its structure. We need to move quickly before they develop countermeasures." General Hayes agreed. "Initialize the Prometheus protocol. Let's show them what humanity's really capable of." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility unknown even to most world governments, a team of engineers activated humanity's most advanced weapons system. Dr. James Wong, the project's lead scientist, input the final authorization codes. "Prometheus protocol activated," he announced. "Quantum displacement grid online." The Kracken fleet's sensors detected another energy surge, but this one was different. The humans had somehow created a localized distortion in space-time itself. On the Eternal Dawn's bridge, Zilara's holographic form flickered urgently. "Supreme Commander, we're detecting quantum fluctuations that shouldn't be possible at this level of technology. They've achieved controlled manipulation of spatial dimensions." Vexor's carapace paled as he realized the truth. The humans hadn't just been hiding their technological advancement. They had been actively deceiving the galaxy about their capabilities. Every radio broadcast, every primitive rocket launch, every seemingly clumsy attempt at space exploration had been part of an elaborate deception. Back on Earth, Dr. Chen watched as the Prometheus protocol took effect. Space itself seemed to ripple around the Kracken fleet as localized quantum fields began to disrupt their ship's structural integrity. "Now they know," General Hayes said quietly. "The question is, will they be wise enough to retreat?" Vexor stood on his bridge, watching his mighty fleet being systematically disabled by a species he had dismissed as primitive just hours ago. His entire understanding of technological progression, of galactic civilization itself, was being challenged. "Supreme Commander," Zilara reported, her voice carrying an unfamiliar note of respect. "I'm detecting more energy signatures activating across the planet. Whatever we've seen so far, it's only the beginning." The first 6 hours of the invasion had shattered every assumption the Kracken Empire had made about humanity. But the true demonstration of Earth's capabilities was just beginning, and the galaxy would never be the same. As Earth's quantum displacement grid held the Kracken fleet in check, Dr. Sarah Chen knew they had a narrow window of opportunity. The aliens would eventually adapt to their defensive systems. That's why Operation Sunbreak had to begin now. "All stations, initiate Operation Sunbreak," General Hayes commanded through the quantum-encrypted communication network. Authorization code, Phoenix Rising. Across the globe, hidden facilities activated their primary systems. What appeared to be ordinary solar farms, wind turbines, and ocean thermal plants revealed their true nature. Each was a component of Earth's most ambitious military project, a planetary-scale quantum teleportation network. On the eternal dawn, Zalara's holographic form flickered with increasing urgency. "Supreme Commander, the humans are generating quantum entanglement fields on a massive scale. Their energy signature, it's beyond anything in our historical records." Vexor's mandibles clicked nervously. His mighty fleet, which had conquered dozens of civilizations, was now trapped in Earth's orbital space, unable to retreat or press forward. "What are they planning?" he demanded. The answer came moments later. In facilities across Earth, specially trained teams of soldiers entered what looked like ordinary elevator cars. Dr. James Wong, monitoring from his Pacific facility, initiated the quantum transport sequence. Phase shift in 3, 2, 1. The Kracken crew of the heavy cruiser Midnight Spear had no warning. One moment they were attempting to break free of Earth's energy web. The next their ship was being invaded from within. Teams of human soldiers, equipped with advanced powered armor that had never been revealed to the galaxy, materialized directly on their command deck. "How?" Vexor demanded, watching in horror as ship after ship reported internal breaches. "Their teleportation technology shouldn't be possible without quantum stabilization matrices." Dr. Chen smiled as she watched the operation unfold. Earth had taken a different path to advanced technology, focusing on quantum mechanics and energy manipulation rather than traditional space travel, while the galaxy had focused on faster-than-light drives and plasma weapons. Humanity had mastered the art of quantum teleportation and energy control. Captain Maya Rodriguez led one of the boarding teams, her powered armor allowing her to move effortlessly in the Kracken ship's artificial gravity. They built their entire civilization on crystal-based technology. She commented to her team as they secured another deck. They never considered organic quantum computing might be viable. The human soldiers carried weapons that looked deceptively simple, compact rifles that interfaced directly with Earth's quantum network. Each shot wasn't just a projectile or energy blast, but a precisely calculated quantum event that disrupted the Kracken's crystal-based technology at its fundamental level. In the Rocky Mountain facility, General Hayes watched the tactical display as more ships fell under human control. 20 years of preparation, he mused. 20 years of letting them think we were nothing but squabbling primitives. The deception had been total. Every leaked satellite photo showing outdated technology, every public space launch using chemical rockets, every broadcast showcasing humanity's apparent technological limitations had been carefully crafted. Meanwhile, in secret facilities around the world, humanity had been developing technologies that approached the realm of what ancient humans would have called magic. On the eternal dawn, Vexor finally understood the magnitude of his error. The humans hadn't just prepared for invasion. They had orchestrated every detail of this encounter. Their apparent weakness had been a trap, drawing the Kracken fleet into the perfect position for this unprecedented counterattack. "Supreme Commander," Zalara reported, her voice carrying a note of what could only be described as awe. "They're not just boarding our ships. They're reprogramming them. The crystal matrices are being rewritten at the quantum level. Dr. Chen monitored the progress of Operation Sunbreak with satisfaction. The Kracken ship's crystal-based computers were being systematically transformed by human quantum technology. Each captured vessel was being turned into a relay node for Earth's defense network, strengthening their control over the battle space. "Final phase initiating," she announced. "Quantum resonance cascade in 3 minutes." The true purpose of Operation Sunbreak was about to be revealed. It wasn't just about capturing the Kracken fleet. It was about sending a message to the galaxy. Humanity would not be conquered, would not be colonized, would not be underestimated ever again. As the quantum resonance cascade began to build, the stars themselves seemed to shimmer. Earth's hidden power was about to be demonstrated in a way that would reshape galactic civilization forever. The Kracken Empire's greatest mistake hadn't been attacking Earth. It had been giving humanity time to prepare. The quantum resonance cascade, initiated by Earth's defense network, reached its crescendo. In orbit, the captured Kracken ships began to pulse with a strange ethereal light. Dr. Sarah Chen watched as her life's work culminated in this moment. The full revelation of humanity's true technological capabilities. "Quantum harmonics at maximum," she announced, her voice steady despite the magnitude of what they were about to attempt. Beginning final sequence. In space, reality itself seemed to twist. The quantum resonance cascade had created something unprecedented. A controlled dimensional fold that encompassed the entire Kracken fleet. Supreme Commander Vexor watched in horror as his ship's crystal matrices began to resonate with Earth's quantum field. "What are they doing to us?" he demanded, but Zilara could only watch in fascination as her holographic form fluctuated with the dimensional distortions. "They're not destroying our ships," she realized. "They're transforming them. The humans have achieved quantum state manipulation on a scale that shouldn't be possible. They're rewriting the fundamental structure of our technology." On Earth, Dr. James Wong monitored the transformation from his Pacific facility. Crystal technology was always limited, he explained to his team. The Krackens built their empire on it because it was reliable, predictable. But we found another way: organic quantum computing, consciousness-integrated systems. We didn't just advance technology, we reimagined it. The truth about Earth's technological development was finally revealed. While the galaxy had followed a linear path of technological advancement, humanity had taken a radical departure. Instead of developing traditional space travel and weapons technology, they had focused on understanding and manipulating the quantum fabric of reality itself. Captain Maya Rodriguez, now in control of a captured Kracken cruiser, activated the ship's newly transformed systems. The crystalline control interfaces dissolved, replaced by organic quantum interfaces that responded to human thought and intention. "This is what they never understood," she transmitted to Earth Command. "We didn't just prepare for war, we evolved beyond it." In the Rocky Mountain facility, General Hayes watched as the tactical display showed the complete transformation of the battlefield. The Kracken fleet, once a symbol of galactic military might, had become an extension of Earth's defense network. Each ship was now a hybrid of crystal and organic quantum technology, something entirely new in the galaxy. "We knew we couldn't match their numbers or their traditional firepower," Dr. Chen explained as she monitored the transformation. "So we developed technology that would make traditional warfare obsolete. The quantum resonance cascade isn't a weapon, it's an evolution." Vexor, watching his fleet transform before his eyes, finally understood the true extent of humanity's deception. They hadn't just hidden their technological advancement. They had developed an entirely new paradigm of technology that the Kracken Empire, with all its might, had never even conceived of. "Supreme Commander," Zilara reported, her holographic form now stable but fundamentally altered by the quantum field, "the humans aren't just defeating us. They're showing us how limited our understanding of technology has been. Their quantum manipulation capabilities, they're not just a century ahead of us. They've taken a different path entirely." The quantum resonance cascade reached its final phase. Throughout the transformed fleet, new systems came online. systems that blended Kracken crystal technology with human quantum engineering. The result was something greater than either civilization had possessed alone. Dr. Chen's voice carried across all frequencies, reaching every ship in orbit. Your empire was built on the assumption that technological progress follows a predictable path. That assumption ends today. We are humanity. We don't follow paths. We forge new ones. The message was clear. Earth wasn't just defending itself. It was announcing its emergence as a galactic power unlike any the universe had seen before. The age of crystal technology and brute force conquest was over. A new era of quantum-integrated civilization was beginning. In the command center, General Hayes turned to Dr. Chen. Send the final message to the Kracken homeworld. Show them what their fleet has become. As the quantum-transformed ships moved in perfect harmony, their new capabilities were displayed for all to see. Earth had not just repelled an invasion. They had demonstrated a level of technological mastery that would forever change the balance of power in the galaxy. The message reached the Kracken homeworld along with real-time quantum feeds showing their transformed fleet. The Eternal Dawn, once the pride of the Kracken Empire, now hovered in Earth orbit as a testament to humanity's unprecedented technological leap. Its crystalline hull pulsed with organic quantum patterns that defied conventional understanding. Supreme Commander Vexer stood on his transformed bridge, his 6 eyes reflecting the ethereal light of the new hybrid systems. The Kracken High Council's response had just arrived. Immediate cessation of hostilities and a request for diplomatic contact. For the first time in 3 centuries, the Empire had encountered a force it could not overcome. They're ready to talk, Dr. Sarah Chen announced, reading the translated message in the Rocky Mountain facility. And they're not just asking for peace, they're asking to learn. General Hayes nodded, the weight of 20 years of preparation finally lifting from his shoulders. Send our response. Tell them we're willing to share our knowledge, but on our terms. The age of empire building is over. In the following hours, representatives from other galactic civilizations began arriving at the edge of the solar system. Earth's quantum transformation of the Kracken fleet had been witnessed across thousands of light years. Transmitted instantly through the quantum network humanity had secretly established throughout the galaxy. Dr. James Wong, monitoring the arriving diplomatic vessels from his Pacific facility, smiled at the irony. They all thought they were watching us, he said to his team. All those years, they never realized we were studying them, learning from their limitations, finding paths they never thought to explore. Captain Maya Rodriguez, now commanding a joint human-Kracken crew aboard the transformed cruiser, initiated first contact with the arriving diplomats. The ship's hybrid systems responded to her thoughts with an elegance that made traditional control interfaces seem primitive. "Welcome to Earth space," she transmitted. "We trust our recent demonstration has made our position clear. We're not here to conquer or to submit. We're here to advance." In the Rocky Mountain facility, Dr. Chen prepared for the upcoming diplomatic summit. Holographic displays showed the quantum signatures of dozens of alien vessels, each representing a civilization that had underestimated humanity. Now they were coming not as conquerors or observers, but as students. The quantum resonance cascade didn't just transform their ships, she explained to General Hayes. It transformed their understanding of what's possible. We showed them that technology doesn't have to follow a linear path, that consciousness and quantum mechanics can be integrated in ways they never imagined. On the Eternal Dawn, Solara's holographic form had evolved into something new, a bridge between Kracken crystal technology and human quantum systems. "We thought we were the pinnacle of advancement," she said to Vexer. "We never considered that a young species might look at the universe differently, might find paths we were too set in our ways to see." The first diplomatic meetings took place in Earth orbit, aboard ships transformed by human ingenuity. Representatives from across the galaxy watched in amazement as human quantum technology interfaced seamlessly with their various systems, creating bridges between different technological paradigms. "This is humanity's gift to the galaxy," Dr. Chen announced to the assembled diplomats. "Not conquest, not dominance, but evolution. We offer you partnership in exploring what's possible when we stop following established paths and start imagining new ones. The response was unprecedented. Ancient rivalries and power struggles began to fade as civilizations glimpsed the potential of human quantum integration technology. The galaxy was changing, not through force of arms, but through the power of innovation. In the weeks that followed, Earth became the center of a new galactic renaissance. The quantum transformation that had begun as a defensive measure became the foundation of a new era of cooperation and advancement. Ships from across the galaxy came to learn, to trade, and to evolve. We never wanted to rule, General Hayes reflected, watching the diplomatic exchanges unfold. We just wanted to ensure that humanity would have a voice in shaping the future. As Earth's quantum network expanded throughout the galaxy, connecting civilizations in ways previously thought impossible, the true victory became clear. Humanity hadn't just defended itself, it had shown the galaxy a new way forward. The day that was supposed to mark Earth's conquest had instead become the dawn of a new age of exploration and discovery. The stars themselves seemed brighter now, pulsing with the quantum heartbeat of a transformed galaxy. Humanity had taken its place among the stars not as conquerors or subjects, but as innovators and guides toward a future limited only by imagination.